is NTORQ 125 Race XP. Play smart.
मेघालय विधानसभा चुनाव से पहले एक बड़ी घोषणा में मुख्यमंत्री कॉनराड संगमा ने सोमवार को कहा कि राज्य में वैज्ञानिक तरीके से कोयला खनन शुरू करने के लिए जल्द ही 4 कंपनियों को खनन लाइसेंस दिया जाएगा। मालूम हो कि खनन लाइसेंस के लिए 17 आवेदकों ने पूर्वेक्षण लाइसेंस के लिए आवेदन किया था। इन्हें भारत सरकार को भेजा गया था, जहां खनिकों ने राज्यों की भूगर्भीय रिपोर्ट सौंपी है। उन्हें केंद्रीय कोयला मंत्रालय ने आखिरकार लिखित में मंजूरी दे दी है। 4 आवेदक हैं जिन्होंने भूवैज्ञानिक रिपोर्ट प्रस्तुत की है। उन्हें भारत सरकार से मंजूरी मिल गई है। ये खनन लाइसेंस प्राप्त करने से एक कदम दूर है। जल्द ही वैज्ञानिक प्रक्रिया के बाद राज्य में खनन शुरू हो जाएगा, सीएम संगमा ने आज शाम मीडिया को संबोधित करते हुए कहा। मेघालय विधानसभा चुनाव के पहले मुख्यमंत्री कॉनराड संगमा ने मेघालय के खनिकों को एक खुशखबरी और जानकारी दी। संगमा ने एक संवाददाता बैठक बुलाकर यह घोषणा की भारत सरकार ने मेघालय के 4 खनिकों को माइनिंग लाइसेंस को मंजूरी दी है। मालूम हो कि 2014 में नेशनल ग्रीन ट्रिब्यूनल एनजीटी द्वारा प्रतिबंध लगाए जाने के बाद केंद्रीय कोयला मंत्रालय द्वारा मेघालय के पूर्वी जयंतिया हिल्स में 4 खनिकों को माइनिंग लाइसेंस दिए गए हैं।
For coming to this very short press conference, I just have one very important agenda that I would like to share with all of you, and especially with the people of the state. This is in regards to the granting of mining licenses in the state of Meghalaya. And as you are aware that earlier the government of Meghalaya had filed a case in the Supreme Court against the ban that was imposed on coal mining in the year 2014 by the NJT. And since then, there were no concrete steps that were taken to lift the ban on the coal mining. It was only when this government had come in that we had taken up the matter in the Supreme Court, and the case was filed in Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court had given a landmark judgment during that time where we had been able to ensure that the ownership of the land, both surface and subsurface, will be vested with the local tribal residents of the state. And based on that, the ban on the coal mining was lifted. But in the same process, there were certain procedures were laid down through which mining could take place. And hence, the process of scientific mining was brought into the state, which, based on the Supreme Court order, we had to move forward with. Based on that, many applicants came in, and of course, before that happened, the government of Meghalaya, along with the government of India, had framed rules in the year 2022 in March, where standard operating procedures for prospecting licenses and mining licenses for coal in the state of Meghalaya was formed. Once these SOPs were set up, we had received in the last couple of years total of 17 applicants for prospecting licenses. And after that, these prospecting licenses, 17 applicants was sent to the government of India. In a recent meeting that was held by the government of India, the government of India has, the Ministry of Coal, has finally given us in writing where the geological reports of the state that have been submitted by 4 of the miners has been approved by the government of India. Once these geological reports are approved, this is one step away from the mining license to now be given. And hence, these 4 applicants now, whose geological reports now have been approved by Government of India, will submit their mining plans as per the norms laid down by Government of Meghalaya and Government of India. And we expect that the licenses should shortly be given to these 4 miners or these 4 applicants. And this communication has come, as I said, from the Government of India to the respected miners and the people who have applied. And hence, this is a major step forward towards now opening up the mining in a scientific manner. And we are very, very hopeful that very soon that this the scientific process for mining will start in the state. As I said, that this was a very long and tedious process, as it required us to first of all lift the ban, create the SOPs. Once the SOPs were created, we needed to proceed with that forward. There were certain terms and conditions that were laid down by Government of India which we had to then fulfill, and the miners had to fulfill. Prospective licenses had to be done, geological reports and surveys had to be made, and all of these issues had really a lot of work had to be put into it. But as I said, now we are at a final stage where very soon the first 4 mining licenses will be granted to the landowners and to the licensees who are the local residents, so that the scientific mining can start. So this is a major step forward, and I am very hopeful that very soon we should be able to see the scientific process of mining starting with these geological reports being approved by the central government.